What to do when your girlfriend is angry. Of course, just hug her and kiss her directly. After Connor and Leon formed a psychic contract. Leon saw Cloud Top Palace and Connor said, "Now is your chance to become an official member. The rat position is still vacant." Before Connor could finish his sentence, Leon excitedly ran towards the rat position. He ended up running into an invisible wall. He asked Godfather in astonishment what was going on, with a speechless expression on his face. Connor responded, "Why are you in such a hurry? My position in the organization is at the same level as Rat. Where do I have the authority to let you act like Rat? And do you also want to be at the same level as me? What I mean is that the position of Rat is still vacant. You have been included as one of the candidates." Leon looked helpless. "Is Rat one of the candidates? Then my father must be too, right?" Connor chuckled and said, "Well done. You think pretty quickly, you silly boy." This is decided by the organization. The organization is a power-oriented organization. If you want to rise to a high position, you must have considerable strength and contribution. Leon could only helpless say I know. Then sensibly said to me to post a new task. This time there is indeed a task for you. Your father is unwilling to hand over the Arctic Warrior to me for a long time. Your task this time is to find a way to lure him to the ambush location. I will take the initiative." Leon listened and thought it was quite simple. He immediately agreed, but he made a request to the Godfather that if I become a rat, could you introduce Rabbit's sister to me? Ever since he saw Rabbit's sister on TV last time, I couldn't help but fall in love with her. If I could marry Rabbit's sister in this lifetime, Leon would have no regrets. If Leon found out Rabbit is just a she-male, I don't know if he'd hit the wall and commit suicide. And Connor just sneered and thought it was beautiful. He kicked Leon out with one foot. 5 people actually wanting to hit on my avatar makes me sick to think about. In the evening, Connor returned home and watched a TV report. The report revealed that Blanche was publicly wanted, which surprised Connor. Suddenly Lily, wearing a pink apron, appeared. Shyly, she said that the roast chicken was ready. "Wow!" Connor blushed and his heart raced as he stood up. Faced with Lily's question of whether the food looked good, he was at a loss for words. Lily then said, "I told you I have a surprise for you. Of course, it's not just the feast on the table." She suddenly became embarrassed. She directly stuffed a chicken leg into Connor's mouth. This Lily is really good at playing. The motivation to get into bed is super obvious. And then Lily suddenly thought of something. Just now, Connor asked about Blanche's news. So she mentioned hearing from other journalist friends that Champion Blanche colluded with a mysterious supernatural ability organization and disappeared after injuring several supernatural ability champions in District 2. And Connor replied, wondering why. Isn't her reputation as a righteous champion quite good? And these words instantly made Lily a bit upset. It seems like you are paying a lot of attention to her. Connor replied, "It's because I've had a brief encounter with her. The way she desperately tried to save someone doesn't seem like the actions of a villain. And someone with her unique charm, like a champion with a distinctive personality." As soon as these words were spoken, Lily immediately put down her chopsticks. She stood up and shouted loudly, "You're right. She is so good, and I can't compare to her in terms of ability." At this moment, Connor also stood up and hugged Lily. He didn't hesitate and kissed her directly. Then he said, "I investigated her, and she's not what you think. You will never be surpassed by anyone in my heart." This instantly left Lily feeling shy and at a loss. Then he gently whispered in her ear, "In my heart, you are unique. You will never be surpassed by anyone." This time Lily instantly became much gentler. Then Connor continued to explain that my profession is a journalist. The responsibility of a journalist is to understand the truth of things. I have no other thoughts about her. The person I like will always be you. After saying that, he hugged Lily tightly. As for the rest, please use your imagination. The next day, Connor sat in front of the computer and checked the dark web information that Callie had provided to him. Inside were intelligence records on various professional champions. But viewing the information requires payment. For example, Connor wants to view Hot Sour Noodle Sorbet's information. He needs to pay 100,000 coins first. The intelligence content is probably about the previous plot and the variety shows he participated in. It looks more like a celebrity vibe. But there are also deeper records. It's about the last time Connor possessed Hot Sour Noodle and taught other champions a lesson. His use of special abilities was all recorded by Dark Web back then. Connor then looked up the information on Arctic Warrior. The result showed no intelligence. He then searched for Blanche. The gist of it is that Blanche and Masked Boxer belonged to Night Company, and in the previous incident of rescuing children, it was believed that Blanche conspired with Verdict Island organization to kill Masked Boxer, leading to a wanted notice being issued for them. Additionally, there is a rumor that Blanche is in a romantic relationship with Fire Snake from Verdict Island organization. After reading the information, Connor was very shocked. He didn't expect Masked Boxer to actually be a professional champion of Night Company. He was clearly a member of Saint. Could it be that there are issues within this company as well? Finally, Connor noticed that there is information about the Verdict Island organization on the dark web. But accessing the information requires 30 million. Surprised, Connor said, "I didn't realize my information was worth that much." Then on the other side, Mechanical Warlord informed Beast Dragon that the conscription plan had changed. This time, Arctic Warrior will go instead. Beast Dragon was very disappointed. He said that the spot was promised to him. Now it has changed again. And his father spoke well. Because there are really too many dangers in the White Cavity. Not letting you go is for your safety. But Beast Dragon doesn't listen. He thinks his father looks down on him. He angrily stormed out the door. And at this moment, Leon appeared. This person is his own son. He vied for favor with his father, and sold out all his old man's information. But his father did not blame him too much. Instead, he also started making deals with the main character like he did. He also started competing for favoritism with his own son. That day, Leon came to eavesdrop on his own father's information again. He asked his just angered brother what had happened. And his brother, Beast Dragon, said, "Father is sending Arctic Warrior to participate in the White Cavity plan this time. I really don't know what Father is thinking. I heard that there are many valuable supernatural monster materials in White Cavity. He actually gave this good opportunity to him. People who don't know might think that Arctic Warrior is his true son." Upon receiving the news, Leon immediately thought of the main character, Connor. He promptly used the psychic contract to head to Cloudtop Palace. Maybe he's not very familiar yet. He fell as soon as he arrived. And Connor also mercilessly mocked. Really have no dignity. Leon immediately shared the plan of the Arctic Warrior heading to White Cavity with Connor. Connor initially had some doubts after hearing it. He didn't know what Mechanical Warlord really meant. Then he continued, "If I were to deal with Arctic Warrior now, it might arouse suspicion. After all, he has a close relationship with Hat Guy. In that case, I'll wait until both he and I are at White Cavity before taking action. After all, anything can happen inside White Cavity." Then Connor said to Leon, "Your next plan is to ensure that your father's plan is flawless. Once Arctic Warrior and I enter White Cavity, the rest will be easy." After the conversation ended, Connor took the opportunity while Lily was at work and no one was home. He leveled up his supernatural ability to prepare for going to White Cavity. He first leveled up Disguise and Avatar. Instant Disguise can complete the disguise within 0.01 seconds. The disguise slot allows for clothing combinations to be stored in 3 out of 9 compartments, capable of significantly changing body shape, appearance, voice, and can specify specific characteristics. Provides acting assistance. Please be cautious when setting. Instant Avatar creates an avatar with 1/3 the strength of the original body. It lasts for 6 hours. Connor plans to have the 4th member of the Verdict Island organization, Jack, appear. He has been equipped with 2 supernatural abilities, Deep Sea Ghost and Flame Attack. Level A Level Water Control Skill 1 Killer Rain Skill 2 River Protection Skill 3 Water Spike a Level Flame Lord Skill 1 Undead Bird Summon Skill 2 to control all flames within his domain range that do not exceed his own level. Connor thinks the name Jack is very cool, so he set the character's personality to be particularly arrogant. Can you believe it? His beautiful A-level female champion has actually been wanted by the police. Not long ago, she was still a star champion with countless fans. But now she is being sought after by her own company. She doesn't understand why the company is arresting her without any reason. The only person she can rely on now is Fire Snake. Because she once saved a group of children with Fire Snake. She feels that Fire Snake is a trustworthy person. So, she came to Port El City where Alchemist often appears to take a look. But just when she thought she had safely escaped the pursuit, a voice came from the bushes. "Do you think you can escape from the palm of my hand?" Blanche was so frightened that she quickly jumped back and asked, "Who are you? If you want to fight, then let's fight. Don't hide in the shadows," she said. "And the bush guy is just sleazy. Haha, why are you getting all defensive? Think about how you used to deal with me before. Now I'm going to slyly use poison needle to stab you to death." Blanche was stabbed in the chest by the poison needle. But suddenly Lily appeared. "Are you okay, that girl? What happened to your chest?" And at this moment, poison needle flew towards Lily. But at the same time, a bolt of lightning struck and shattered the poison needle. It turned out that the fire snake appeared. The person hiding in the dark said, "You are the one who extinguished the Verdict-Ion fire snake of the Saint organization some time ago, right? I didn't expect you to show up here. It just so happens that I want to test your skills." The person hiding in the dark then shot out poison aura. Connor also countered with a lightning attack. But he didn't expect that the opponent's attack dispersed Connor's attack. This caught Connor by surprise, and caught off guard at the same time. The result was that he took the attack with his body. Blanche and Lily behind also suffered collateral damage. However, the scene is quite romantic. But at the same time, Blanche suddenly remembered the poison aura. "Are you awake by any chance?" The person hiding in the dark appears. "Yes, I didn't expect you to still remember me." Blanche breaks out in a cold sweat. "Why? 2 years ago, I personally arrested you and sent you to prison with a life sentence. Why are you appearing here?" While Wake just chuckled coldly. "Of course, there are noble people helping. And I am no longer the weak Wake from before. I am now an S-level supernatural being." Connor heard it. In his heart, he was thinking that he had indeed just displayed a power level above a level. Although I am confident in defeating him, Lily is still by his side. Fighting would probably affect Lily. I can only try this move now. Connor calmly said to Wake, "You are very strong. But now there are 2 of us. And the S-level alchemist from the Verdict-Ion organization is also on the way. How confident are you feeling about your chances of winning?" And Lily also picked up the phone, saying she is going to call the Champion Association for help. Upon hearing these words, Wake started to feel a bit guilty. "Humph. You have the numbers advantage today. Just wait, I will bring more people to take your lives." Connor and Lily both sighed. "I never thought we actually scared him away." Blanche wants to ask Fire Snake a question. Connor just said, "You should go back and heal first. I will come to find you once you are better." He soon disappeared from their sight. Lily then asked, "Do you all come and go like shadows, leaving no trace?" Blanche replied, "No, not all of us. This is just his personal behavior." "Do you know who this man is?" "He looks like an ordinary man on the surface. However, in reality, behind the scenes, he is a super strong boss. Everyone in this organization is just him alone." Just now, he saved Blanche and Lily in the guise of Fire Snake. He turned around and transformed into an ordinary person, Connor, appearing in front of him. Blanche is injured. He bravely volunteered to say, "I'll carry her." On the way, the three people briefly exchanged pleasantries. Connor curiously asked Blanche why he came to Port El City. Blanche said he wanted to learn more about the Verdict Ion organization. I feel there is a big conspiracy behind it. I did not kill Mass Boxer, nor did I collude with the Verdict Ion organization. But now it feels like someone is trying to frame me for his death. There is another possibility. Just as Blanche was about to mention the other possibility, Connor went on to say, there is also a possibility. He wants to point all the blame at Verdict Ion organization and make it a target of public criticism. After listening to what Connor said, Blanche is very surprised that she did not expect you to think the same way. Connor continued, because of these rumors and reports, they are not only targeted at you alone, but also without exception mention another piece of information. That is the mysterious organization Verdict Ion. Then Blanche said, yes, it's possible that this matter is really targeting the Verdict Ion organization. You may not know, but now supernatural beings in all districts are terrified of the Verdict Ion organization. There are even rumors that the mysterious organization Verdict Ion intends to rule the entire Earth. Connor heard infinite question marks in his mind. How come I didn't know? I want to rule the entire Earth. Blanche continued, it's because of this incident that I discovered those pursuing me possess a variety of supernatural abilities. Logically, my small bounty shouldn't have attracted so many people to come after me. Therefore, I suspect they are all targeting me, colluding with the Verdict Ion organization for this information. Now, the Verdict Ion organization has too many powerful individuals appearing. Among them, there are even alchemists with no shortage of S-level strength suddenly appearing. They are uncontrollable existences, exerting invisible pressure on the supernatural being associations of various districts. Therefore, some people also want to use this fear to rally the supernatural beings together to attack the Verdict Ion organization. Connor suddenly felt that this might be related to the Blue Pill organization. He felt that it might have been deliberately instigated by the Hackeye organization. Then Connor asked Blanche if she also came to Port El City to take revenge on Verdict Ion. Blanche replied, no, I came to uncover the truth and help Verdict Ion. Then she blushed and said, I know Fire Snake from within the Verdict Ion organization. We have fought side by side, risking our lives, and saved a group of children. He miraculously appeared just now and saved me. So, I trust him and want to find him to ask about the true intentions of the Verdict Ion organization. And on the side, Lily smiled. Does Blanche like Fire Snake? She, Blanche, blushed at the question. She quickly said, No, I don't. There has always been a woman by this man's side. If you guys hit the like button, you can as well. That night, Connor brought the injured Blanche back home. Early the next morning, Lily prepared breakfast. Suddenly, Connor embraced her from behind. The two of them were completely immersed in their own world, paying no attention to Blanche behind them. Lily left after making breakfast. Blanche also expressed gratitude for the care she received last night. She didn't expect to recover so quickly. She is also ready to leave to fulfill her own mission. She has no idea at all. Last night, it was Connor who secretly gave her the healing potion after Blanche had left. Connor went to the seaside to try out Jack's skills. He put on the Jack suit. She walked on the waves and saw two familiar figures. It turned out that she saw a ship. On the ship, Callie was arguing with someone. You are not welcome here. Leave now. Across from them are members of the El Merchant Guild. Stop making a scene. If it weren't for us backing Callie's family, you wouldn't even have a few S-level weapons. You are no longer the superior Callie's family you once were. If you have to blame someone, it can only be that your Callie's family fell too quickly. Joanna on the side couldn't bear it any longer. She stood up and said, Don't be shameless. And the arrogant Jet from the El Merchant Guild retorted, Shameless? Then let me show you shameless. Strip Joanna's clothes off for me. I want to see what the second most beautiful woman in the Great Sea looks like. After saying that, His two henchmen approached Callie. Suddenly a voice appeared. "Hi, two beauties. Do you know how to get to Port El City?" Callie got excited the moment she saw your outfit. "You must be Alchemist Uncle's associate, right?" Connor said helplessly. "Associate? Sounds strange. I am Jack from the Verdiction organization." The tourists on the boat began taking photos one after another. "Wow! Verdiction organization has produced a new talent again. He sounds like he's only in his early teens. I wonder how skilled he is." Joanna shouted. "Dragon, hello. We are friends of the alchemist. Can you take us away?" Connor directly replied. "It's not acceptable to just leave like this. It should be them who leave." Jet from the Elm Merchant Guild has angered Connor. He directly ordered his men to deal with him. The two men rushed towards Connor. The Dark Swordsman unleashed a black sword aura attack. Meanwhile, Connor's side generated a mist of water. Everyone looked surprised. Callie also exclaimed, saying, "What move is this?" At this moment, a huge humanoid water monster appeared behind Connor, blocking the attack. This should be one of the skills of the A-level supernatural ability Water Control, River Protection. Connor then said, "Is this your full strength? Well then, it's my turn next." "Do you know how strong this man is? This uncle is him. This young man is him. Even this girl is him. Even this little boy is him now. Every person in this world has only one supernatural ability. However, his supernatural ability gives him 999 different abilities, but in order to not appear too strange, he plays multiple roles. He transforms into the young boy Jack to show off." A huge humanoid water monster appeared behind Connor. This should be one of the abilities of the A-level supernatural ability Water Control, known as River Protection. Connor continued, "Is this your full strength? Now it's my turn." Under the protection of River Protection, the Dark Swordsman couldn't get close to Connor at all. And just a drop of water can serve as a deadly weapon. This leaves the Dark Swordsman with no chance of winning. Next, Fire Scepter steps forward. "I know you are a water element supernatural being. Although your strength on the sea surface has greatly increased, some gaps cannot be offset by geographical advantage alone. Let me teach you a lesson in humility." After Fire Scepter said confidently. He then launched a Fire Dragon attack. Connor jeered, saying, "Lots of talk for someone not very strong. And by the way, who told you I'm just a water element supernatural being?" He then activated the Lord Consciousness of the A-level supernatural ability Flame Lord. He can control flames around him that are no more powerful than his own level. So Connor controlled the Fire Dragon of the Fire Scepter to attack back towards the Fire Scepter. The crowd on the side got excited again. Wow! Such a young age, and already a water-fire dual-category supernatural being. The strength of the Verdiction organization is really terrifying. After Connor drove away Jet and his two henchmen, he arrived on the ship. Callie came to ask Connor questions. "Jack, little brother, since you are also a member of Verdiction, can you help me find Uncle Alchemist? We would like to invite him to participate. Auction of supernatural monster weapons hosted by Sea Merchant Guild." Connor continued, "I can make you external members of the Verdiction organization. As long as you sign the psychic contract, you can contact Alchemist at any time." Callie was extremely excited after hearing this. Even though it's so easy to become an external member of Verdiction, she was still thinking about whether she should bribe with an S-level artifact. And that's how it went. Callie and Joanna have both signed the psychic contract. The auction of Sea Merchant Guild supernatural monster weapons started in the evening. Connor also arrived at the auction as scheduled. But at this moment, Jet from the ship appeared during the day. What is he carrying on his back? Then he made a triumphant expression and said, "Important guests have just arrived. Why did you start in such a hurry?" This girl is called Callie. She started to admire the alchemist boss ever since she first met the alchemist. Before the auction, Callie had been talking about the Vertictile organization to her grandfather. She said that this organization is both powerful and wealthy. She hopes that our Callie's family can establish a relationship with their organization. In this way, Callie's family's position in the Merchant Guild will be elevated. Callie hinted at her grandfather. We want to establish a relationship with their organization. Should we show our sincerity? Cody, Callie's grandfather, laughed heartily. My granddaughter is really clever. Based on what you said, we can organize a supernatural monster weapon auction and invite alchemists to attend. Then we can graciously present the S-level supernatural monster weapon from Callie's family. Let Vertictile know about the strength and sincerity of Callie's family. Callie quickly thanked her grandfather upon hearing this. But nearby, Joanna seems unhappy. The auction was held as scheduled that day. Connor also came as promised. But at the same time, an uninvited guest also showed up unexpectedly. That is the Jet, who was driven away by Connor before, and he is now carrying something behind him. Callie, who was standing on the side, saw Jet coming. She was very angry. Don't think I don't know what you're up to. Nobody brings a supernatural monster weapon to an auction. Jet didn't care at all about what Callie said. Instead, he taunted, It seems like your family, Callie's family, is really on its last legs. So desperate to seek support. He then said to the arriving guests, The supernatural monster weapons from Callie's family are indeed exceptional. However, the prices are extremely high. Considering some recent rumors and gossip, I have brought a few supernatural monster weapons to test the merchandise, just to prevent anyone from being cheated. Joanna was indeed anxious, but Callie's grandpa remained calm. Let's take a look first. So the auction proceeded as normal. The first item introduced is the blue armor, which can withstand a powerful strike from a B-level supernatural being. Starting bid is 3 million. Bidding has started just like that. Buyers are bidding one after another. The highest bid has reached 6 million. Jet called them a bunch of fools. This outfit is worth at most 5 million. Callie's family is trying to deceive people with this kind of thing. They couldn't possibly not have a decent supernatural monster weapon. Then the second item appeared. This is Callie's grandpa's masterpiece light glove, with a starting price of 200 million. This surprised Jet. Didn't expect they would bring out the hidden treasure so soon. This is a 2-star S-level supernatural monster equipment. Even an A-level body enhancement category supernatural being wearing this glove can fight against S-level strong ones. Then the bidding quickly exceeded 300 million. Callie's grandpa said to Connor, If the esteemed alchemist is interested, feel free to raise the bid. However, Connor replied, The total funds of the Vertictile organization add up to only 200 million. We can't afford to bid. At this point, Callie's grandpa placed his hand on Connor's hand reassuringly. The Sea Merchant Guild is determined to make amends with the Vertictile organization. If you are willing, we can provide our assistance free of charge. Hope to see you smile. Connor saw Callie's grandpa expressing his intention, so he said, Then I will obey your orders respectfully. The light glove was auctioned by the alchemist. Next up is the third item. It is a 1-star S-level supernatural monster weapon, the Black Shield. This is how the auctioneer introduced its origins. Jet walked up holding the weapon he brought and spoke. Wait a moment. Then he rushed up to the auction item and was about to strike with a sword. Before selling the goods, shouldn't you let us try them out first? Every person in this world has only one supernatural ability. But his supernatural ability is particularly powerful. Not only can he peel off other people's supernatural abilities, he can also peel off supernatural monster weapons. Just now, Jet was about to cause trouble in the Callie family. He took out the S-level deep blue. He swung towards Callie's house with the S-level shield. Everyone is well aware. Although the Black Shield is an S-level supernatural monster shield, it actually only possesses S-level elemental resistance. It would be very dangerous for it to face off against Deep Blue, an S-level physical attacker. Callie is also filled with anger. She walked up to Connor, the alchemist's uncle. "Can I borrow your light glove? I want to break that giant sword." At this moment, the alchemist suddenly put his hand on Callie's forehead to comfort her. He confidently said, "It's okay. Just be patient and watch." On Jet's side, Deep Blue struck down, but Black Shield remained undamaged. This surprised Jet. He then raised his sword high and struck the shield heavily. As a result, Deep Blue broke. The audience below started to stir. Can you believe it? The young master of the esteemed Uruk family. Could it be that he is using counterfeit goods? It's really embarrassing to use fake products to make a scene. And then Callie asked Uncle Alchemist, "Did you already know that the great sword was broken?" It turns out it was already the case before. The alchemist pretended to be an old friend of Jet's while chatting with him. He touched the supernatural monster weapons he had brought. He also casually used Deep Blue peeling to remove some energy quickly. The current Deep Blue is just a C-level weapon. Of course, it can't break the S-level Black Shield. Jet here is both embarrassed and sad. Why did this happen? Fire Scepter on the side said, "Alchemist previously touched the supernatural monster weapon that brought us here. And he is an S-level supernatural being. Maybe his metal control altered the weapon. This resulted in the weapon ability failing." And at this point, the crowd below started discussing heatedly again. Jet could only think so. So he decided to try the other two supernatural monster weapons. In this way, he used the sound waves generated by the other supernatural monster weapon to make people dizzy and brain swollen. The two S-level supernatural monster weapons in his hands seem to have no problem both in attack and defense. This further confuses Jet. At this time, Callie comes over to accuse Jet. "Have you caused enough trouble? First you came to make a scene, and now you are framing our guests." At this moment, Fire Scepter came out and said, "It's possible that I really made a mistake. It's also possible that it was done by a traitor within the family." And so it was. The members of the Jet family left with their heads hanging low. Connor chuckled softly. Fortunately, when Peeling was trying to wield the other two weapons at that time, he was interrupted. But Callie's grandpa was very clear. An S-level weapon is something that most people simply cannot disarm. So he said to Connor, "Mr. Alchemist, let's chat in the VIP room. I would like to hear from you how you managed to do it." This man looks like an ordinary honest person. But in reality, he has spun a massive lie to the entire supernatural ability world. At the auction, Jet deliberately caused trouble in an attempt to destroy Callie's family's reputation. When Callie was in a hurry seeking help from Connor. Connor, however, calmly said, "Don't worry, I've got this." As a result, Jet's Deep Blue did encounter some issues. Although no one knows it was Connor who tampered with it. But Callie's grandpa still guessed it. So he invited Connor to the undisturbed VIP room. "Alchemist, there are no outsiders here. I hope you can answer my doubts." So Connor began to act. He still used the same old rhetoric. Whether it's a supernatural monster or a supernatural being, they both possess a supernatural ability factor, which I inadvertently discovered. It turns out that there is also a supernatural ability factor in the weapons of supernatural monsters. Is Joanna on the side saying supernatural ability factor? Is it the same thing as factor in alchemy that we have? Callie's grandpa also followed up and said yes. In supernatural monster weapons, there is a kind of energy that we in alchemy refer to as factor. However, we can only perceive factor using psychic energy and cannot refine it. I wonder how your organization achieves this. Connor reached out to introduce this ring of lies to everyone. The reason why we can absorb supernatural ability factor is all thanks to this star absorption ring. Just now, Jet's S-level Deep Blue failed because my ring absorbed the supernatural ability factor. At this time, Callie's grandpa doesn't quite believe Connor's explanation. Forgive me for being blunt. I, Cody, also have some knowledge in alchemy. The idea you mentioned about collecting supernatural ability factor is truly unheard of. Then Callie's grandpa took out a D-level wolf pen, which is a supernatural monster equipment that can accelerate wound healing. If you don't mind, why not use it to demonstrate? Connor took the D-level wolf pen given by Callie's grandpa and activated the supernatural ability peeling. The result was only 30 units of dark energy, thinking that the dark energy peeled out was better off left in its original state. Then he handed the wolf pen back to Callie's grandpa, saying, "I have completed the collection. Callie's grandpa, you can verify if what I just said is true." Callie's grandpa was instantly shocked after taking the wolf pen. The wolf pen had indeed malfunctioned. This factor was actually extracted. This event, in terms of alchemy studies, is definitely a groundbreaking development. Joanna on the side also felt surprised. But she was more curious and asked, "How will the collected supernatural ability factor be handled?" Connor heard this, and internally felt happy that someone finally brought up the main point. "This way, I can rightfully tell Callie's family about the concept of the supernatural ability potion. This can help strengthen Callie's family's power. In the upcoming journey across the Great Sea, we will have an ally." And so, Connor continued to tell his enormous lie. As you may all know, all of us members of the Verdict Island organization have more than 2 supernatural beings because of the supernatural ability potion. Then, Connor asked Callie's grandpa about the supernatural monster weapon. Why can this small part of the supernatural ability factor reach 3 times the original body? Callie's grandpa replied, "Yes. When the supernatural monster dies, the factor in its body, which is what you call the supernatural ability factor, will converge on a specific organ. And we use alchemy to find the organ where the factor converges by using psychic sensing, then turn it into a weapon for defeating supernatural monsters." And on the other side, Blanche alone. She encountered Element 5 people chasing her. Boss is boss. Others only have one kind of supernatural ability, but he has 999 kinds of supernatural ability. He actually just sent an avatar to conduct the rescue now. But this avatar is not just an ordinary being. Tonight, Blanche is still looking for traces of the Verdict Island organization. But they encountered the Element 5 people who were chasing after them on the road. But at this moment, the reporter broadcasting said, "Nearly 10 supernatural beings have gathered on Port L City Street C." This surprised one of the Element 5 people. He did not expect several more pursuers to appear behind him. Moreover, they clearly have strong abilities. The bald-head guy didn't dare to speak arrogantly. Instead, he reasoned with Beast Dragon, saying, "Your Excellency Beast Dragon, the sealed sword was first discovered by our group of 5 element people. It wouldn't be good to snatch it so blatantly." Beast Dragon instantly ran up to him and struck him. Blanche is indeed a traitor. However, your group of 5 element people is also affiliated with the Champion Association. At this moment, the other 3 element individuals began to attack Beast Dragon. But they were quickly taken care of by Beast Dragon. The last person saw the situation and chose to escape. But she was still pierced through the chest by Beast Dragon's claw. Next, only Blanche was left. And at this time, Leon was also watching the live broadcast. Fire Butterfly beside him could tell that Leon was somewhat worried. She thought Leon was worried about his brother. And what Leon was actually worried about was if Blanche was a member of the Verdict Island organization, then being killed by his own brother. He didn't know how to explain it to Connor. So he went to Cloudtop Palace. He reported Blanche's current situation to Connor. He also secretly asked if Blanche is one of us to the Godfather. "I saw online rumors that she is the lover of Fire Snake Boss," Connor said with a cold sweat. "Fire Snake is just an ordinary man. How could there be such a relationship?" Leon instantly understood. An old man and a young girl must be the illegitimate daughter of Fire Snake Boss. Then he smiled and said, "Godfather, rest assured. I won't tell anyone. I'll continue to keep an eye on it. I'll report back if there is any intelligence." With that, Leon left. Then Connor took out 2 A-level supernatural ability gems and planned to give them all to Jack. One is an A-level supernatural ability Earth Controller. It can manipulate the Earth element for attacks. Skill 1, Heavy Stone. Skill 2, Earthquake. The other one is an A-level supernatural ability Wind Control, which can harness the spirits in the wind for personal use. Skill 1, Tornado. Skill 2, Wind Step. Skill 3, Wind Blade. That's it. Connor sent out Jack Avatar for support. The Beast Dragon started attacking Blanche, who also began to fight back. But the Beast Dragon still had the upper hand. Then it was mentioned to quickly summon the alchemist. This way I can spare you, but Blanche refused. The Beast Dragon angrily jumped up to attack. Blanche used a defensive shield to block the attack. But Beast Dragon shouted, "I'm just warming up now!" While Blanche over here is clearly feeling very overwhelmed. She feels like she's almost unable to hold on. This man was once defeated by Connor in a difficult battle. He is seeking revenge now. He has been thinking of finding Alchemist to have another fight. But unfortunately, he probably can't even dream of that. Right now, he can't even beat one of Connor's avatars. But it's not entirely his fault. Because Connor is a bug-level existence. Avatars all have 4 supernatural abilities, while normal people only have 1. Beast Dragon pinned Blanche by the neck and said, "Quickly call out Alchemist." But Blanche still refused to call out. As a result, Beast Dragon threw Blanche heavily against the wall. The barrage did not cheer at this moment. After all, Blanche used to be a star champion, and now everyone suddenly didn't know what to say. Beast Dragon walked towards Blanche, who couldn't get up anymore. At this moment, even the companions who came together started to ask Beast Dragon to stop. If they kept fighting like this, Blanche might really die. And Beast Dragon just coldly replied, "Are you speaking up for a traitor?" But suddenly, Blanche stood up tremblingly. "Have you finished talking? If you have, then let's continue fighting." Lily, a reporter for the Champion Association, was moved by this scene. Blanche has sacrificed so much for human safety, and even now, her strong will is still worthy of our respect. The Beast Dragon is even more furious now. He charged towards Blanche, and you all heard it. She brought this upon herself. But just as the Beast Dragon threw a punch, a large body of water blocked his path. It turned out to be Jack's water element skill, River Protection. He appeared. Then Avatar Connor apologized to Blanche, saying, "I'm sorry. Organization is late." This scene was live-streamed. Now it's completely confirmed that Blanche is a member of Verdict Island organization. This also surprised Blanche. She was very puzzled. "Why are you saying that I am a member of your organization?" Avatar Connor replied, "If you want to survive, do you have any other choice?" Then Avatar Connor jumped down to the ground and talked to Beast Dragon. "Why do you want to bully our lovely Blanche?" Beast Dragon looked disdainful and asked, "Why isn't the alchemist coming over instead?" Then Avatar Connor clasped his hands together. "What's the deal with that?" Beast Dragon scoffed. "Do you look down on me, Jack? Wait until you defeat me. There will naturally be someone stronger to play with you." Then at this moment, 2 water palms struck towards Beast Dragon. Although Beast Dragon managed to withstand this move, he clearly felt a bit strained. And Avatar Connor said, "Well done. I thought you couldn't handle that move. Let's try this one." Then Connor pressed his palm down. The water palm on both sides of Beast Dragon disappeared. But he looked up and saw something. His expression was somewhat fearful. It turned out to be above him. A larger water palm appeared and smashed down towards him with a bang. After Connor told Callie's grandpa about the supernatural ability factor. Callie's grandpa also told Connor about alchemy. He took out a notebook. There are several entries in it that are about the alchemy records and diaries of the great alchemist Diamond. They are all very valuable information. Connor found something astonishing after opening the diary. There is a secret inscription recorded inside. Only individuals with psychic energy reaching the 3rd level can see it. It seems no one has seen this content so far. It describes inside. Diamond. Alchemy comes from the far continent in the Odyssey plain. By a twist of fate, I arrived on the land of Earth where mana emerges. But he found the legendary Sage Stone on this planet. He could also harness the powerful mana through the Sage Stone even if he was born as a waste without mana. He could also use this stone to comprehend the mysteries and become a strong celestial being. Diamond consumed half of the Sage Stone. Breaking through to the 4th level, he eventually became a powerful individual. Then, before leaving, he secretly helped a human faction, enabling them to discover the method to open the gate to the otherworld. In the end, he also hid the Sage Stone somewhere on Earth. He hoped that the human race could use the Sage Stone to avoid being enslaved by other races. After Connor read all the hidden information, the note card suddenly started glowing. A white light shot into Connor's brain. This white light should be the key to finding the Sage Stone. So, Connor excitedly stood on the steel plate and flew away. It turns out that this world is so big. There are still many secrets waiting for me to explore. And then, there's the beast dragon over here. Lily is in battle. The beast dragon was slapped down by Jack's huge water palm. The extent of its injuries is unclear for now. This new member of the Verdict-Tylon organization looks like a child, but his strength is quite astonishing. And then Jack suddenly appeared in front of Lily. This also scared Lily. But soon Jack said, "Don't be afraid, girl. I just want to introduce us briefly." Then he started introducing himself to the camera. "Hello everyone, my name is Jack. I am also a member of the Verdict-Tylon organization. Our organization only deals with fallen things. So as long as everyone doesn't do bad things, there is absolutely no need to be afraid of our organization." At this moment, there was a sudden explosion behind him. After the smoke dispersed, a monster appeared in front of him. He was lifting up Jack's water palm. It turns out that this is the beast dragon's 3rd phase transformation. At this moment, Jack feels a little danger. He said to Lily that this guy's 3rd phase transformation seems to have lost human consciousness. It's very dangerous. The girl must stay away from here. Be sure to watch out for your safety. The beast dragon is having some trouble resisting Connor's avatar. In the end, he transformed into the 3rd phase beast dragon, which significantly boosted his strength. However, this may affect human mentality. The beast dragon now looks more like a true dragon-type creature. He roars furiously towards Connor's avatar Jack. At this moment, an earth element palm appears from the sky, only to be bitten by the beast dragon. The flying earth palm carries the beast dragon up into the sky. At the same time, the beast dragon's tail hits a building. Leon, who is watching from the building, shouts out, "That Jack is about the same age as me, but he's already so powerful. Our Verdict-Tylon organization is impressive." On the side, the fire butterfly says to Leon, "Have you noticed that it suddenly got colder here?" It turns out that at this moment, the upper half of the building where Leon and the others are located was completely destroyed by the beast dragon. Fire Butterfly also mocked about it. He really lives up to his reputation as our young master. He almost wiped out our entire team. Beast Dragon is still grappling with Earth Palm over there. I really can't understand what he's thinking. After that, Beast Dragon accidentally stepped on and crushed a falling rock. The rock happened to be falling towards Lily. Just as Lily was so scared that she closed her eyes. She was saved by Connor's avatar Jack. Just as Lily was about to say thank you. Suddenly, a sword appeared in Jack's chest, piercing through his torso. It turned out that Jack was ambushed by the nomadic swordsman. He had been biding his time, waiting for the moment when Jack was distracted by saving Lily, and then launched the wind blade slash. Then he fell down somehow. At this moment, the live broadcast reporter explained. It turns out that just now, the nomadic swordsman, in order to break through Jack's defense, was willing to endure the backlash of the wind blade slash, and used a move with an S-level power. At this point, Jack's defense is very fragile. One more critical strike will shatter it. However, All these vulnerabilities are because Jack was distracted and saved an innocent journalist, which suddenly makes one's feelings somewhat complex. Now it's no longer clear which side is the champion camp. Boxing Beauty also made a move against Jack's river protection. She punched river protection in the body. In an instant, river protection's lower body was destroyed. Then she said, "I can only do this much. The rest is up to you, Beast Dragon." Lily also started to report. Now Jack is in a somewhat dangerous situation. His river protection was shattered by 3 champions working together. This place has turned into a swamp. At this moment, Jack flew into the air and unleashed Wind Blade. Wind Blade struck the abdomen of the Beast Dragon. The injured Beast Dragon is falling. At this moment, Jack's hands are wrapped with Earth Element. It hammers towards the falling Beast Dragon. Connor was ambushed from behind by the nomadic swordsman in order to save Lily. Then Boxing Beauty threw a punch at Connor's river protection. Just when everyone thought Connor was in danger, Connor activated his 3rd supernatural ability, Wind Blade, in the wind category. The Wind Blade struck the abdomen of the Beast Dragon. The injured Beast Dragon is falling. At this moment, Jack's hands are wrapped with Earth Element. It is heading towards the falling Beast Dragon with a hammer. That's how the Beast Dragon was viciously hammered by Jack's Earth Element fist. Then Jack said, "Stop struggling. This time, it will be over for good." And then he unleashed an earthquake. The Beast Dragon was caught by an earth palm. Then he was smashed hard against the ground. When the smoke cleared, Beast Dragon has already been awakened from the transformed trance. Jack then used the water element to bind both Beast Dragon and nomadic swordsman. Then he said, "Your Excellency Mechanical Warlord, I think you should know how to choose now." And over here, the Mechanical Warlord is indeed watching the live broadcast. He is very angry. He suddenly crushed the cup in his hand. At this moment, Lily was very confused. What does it mean to let the Mechanical Warlord make a choice? Is it a choice between the Beast Dragon and the nomadic swordsman? Or does it involve exchanging for something else? Shortly after that, the Mechanical Warlord appeared. He was accompanied by someone, and that person turned out to be the Arctic Warrior. The Mechanical Warlord approached Jack and said, "Let's proceed with the original agreement." At this moment, the Arctic Warrior, with a puzzled expression, said, "Boss, do we have any deal with them?" The Mechanical Warlord replied sternly, "There is a deal. I have been considering our past friendship. I spared you before. But now, in order to exchange for the Beast Dragon and nomadic swordsman, I can only sacrifice you." The Arctic Warrior seemed to have some realization. He nodded dully and said, "Any sacrifice is worth it to get back to A-level champions." The Mechanical Warlord said with a grim expression, "It eases my mind that you can think this way." Then he pushed the Arctic Warrior away. Then he launched an attack. He directly cut off all of his limbs. This scene shocked many people. Only Leon said happily, "Why didn't we do this earlier? No need to dilly-dally for so long. I can already see the new supernatural ability potion calling out to me." Then the Mechanical Warlord grabbed the Arctic Warrior and threw him in front of Jack. The Arctic Warrior looked full of hatred and said, "We have no grievances with each other. Why are you targeting me?" Jack responded, "Do you even know what you've done? Not only have you been using drugs, but you've also been killing innocents. This is the justice of the Verdiction organization for your sins." After saying that, he returned the Beast Dragon and nomadic swordsman to the Mechanical Warlord. The Mechanical Warlord also mentioned, "I have cleared the passage. The rest is up to you." At this moment, the Arctic Warrior, whose body was the only one left beside him, began laughing uncontrollably. Then, blue liquid started flowing out of his mouth. Suddenly, he burst and exploded. After the explosion, a new Arctic Warrior appeared. He said, "What should I do to repay you next?"